The best Christmas present I ever got was my parents surprised me with a mandolin.
My baby brother.
My Ember mug, it keeps my coffee warm for hours.
My favorite gift was a baby.
Birth of Christ, and my favorite dog was born at Christmas.
The best Christmas present I ever got was my beautiful wife.
The best Christmas present I ever got was Bill Cunningham.
My family.
The best Christmas present I ever got was when the whole family is getting together in their PJs on Christmas morning just to open presents and be together.
My salvation with Jesus Christ.
It is so fun thinking about the presents that we get and that we receive and give on Christmas time. I love it when we hear these stories. Some of you came up with ideas that were so deep and meaningful and spiritual, and others of you did more like what I would do and be like, I got a shiny new bike, man. And both are great to celebrate, right? We just celebrate those gifts, all the good gifts that we're given and that we're able to give to others. I love retelling the story on Christmas Eve and just walking through that story of Jesus coming into the world. I love it when we get into all the details of all the different things that happened, all the people that were involved. I love it when we get into the details of what the wise men brought and that the baby was wrapped in swaddling cloth. I love all that stuff. And I love it that we tell the story so often that we even sort of make up some details to go with it. Some of us have added a little drummer boy that comes, as part of the story. And we've added there's a great story out there that kind of is a perspective from a donkey and just kind of walks through this donkey's version of the story. Now, I love all that stuff. And I love it on the academic side when we get into the details of the academics of it. That probably the way that it worked at that time was the animals actually lived in a house, so it was probably actually took place in a family's house with the animals in the manger. I mean, that was probably all in and those are the academic details that I love to get into. Now, I love it that we get to retell this story. And as we think about all the different people in the story, I was thinking about how many people are part of this story. That everybody was invited to it. Now, my wife and I, we've had 4 babies. So we've done this new baby thing. We've done it several times. We're good at the new baby. Well, I say good. We survived the new baby thing 4 different times. And so what I learned is, it's a little bit difficult to have a whole bunch of people show up at the story of a baby coming into the world. I remember my first one that was born, it was an emergency C-section, and my wife, they took her off down the hall, and we, the baby came out, it was great, and I got to be there for that, and they sort of let me see him for a second, and then they took him off, and we had to wait on Cammie to recover a little bit before they would bring the baby to her. So they took him off to this nursery where they gave him a shower, and then they put him in a bucket under a heat lamp. It's just like you imagined a new baby would be, and there he sits in this bucket, and you're on the outside. We're standing in the hallway with my mother-in-law. We're looking through the glass at this little baby, but we couldn't get to him. We had to wait until Cammie was a little bit better before they would bring the baby to us. Now, by the time we got to number 4, you would think we had this all together. We had, we knew how the deal went. But we had the 3 other kids staying with my in-laws, a set of grandparents, and we accidentally gave them the wrong hospital to go to. And so as they rushed in to meet the new baby, they went all the way downtown Austin and then had to come back out to the hospital that we were at out in the suburbs somewhere. And so they were flustered and rushing with these kids. But I was just imagining them walking down, looking at babies in the nursery, going, there he is, there. And they're like, no, that's not yours, And so finally they got to us. And again, it was that picture of all the kids up against the glass, looking, making faces at their new little baby brother that was coming, but they were on the other side of the glass. They were like on the outside. Because, you got to be careful with a brand new baby and all the germs that go with that. And so these hospitals can often be so strict about who can get in to be there with this new baby coming. But the story that we remember tonight was one of all kinds of people showing up, right? The angel Gabriel was just inviting the whole community. I don't know if you noticed. Gabriel's just going around. He's just inviting people. He went and invited all the shepherds and all I mean, shepherds weren't known for their cleanliness. You know, they stayed with the animals. He invited them in. And Gabriel brings a whole heavenly host of angels. And then right after the birth, just a few days after, they take Jesus to the temple and they show him to Simeon and to Anna. And he's seen right there. They bring him right there. And then a little bit later than that, the wise men show up. They're invited to the story as well. And here come these wise men. I mean, it's a crowded room, you know. There's all kinds of people. I remember our first one being born. My wife was not okay with me inviting people over to meet the brand new baby. In fact, we worked as youth pastors at a church, and the kids, the youth group kids, wanted to come see that baby. And I remember she would not let them in the house. So the kids had to climb through our bushes and look at our bedroom window, and she would hold the baby up, you know, into the glass of the window. She wasn't going to get that baby to have some RSV or whatever, you know, things little babies get. And so you don't go inviting people in. But Gabriel did. So he gave this news to everybody. And I mean, everybody was there. And you think about how crowded it was on this night, this Christmas Eve night. You see, it wasn't like a family gathering. We kind of think about a new baby coming, that's sort of a family gathering. This wasn't a family gathering. This was everybody. Or maybe I had that wrong. Maybe actually it was a family gathering. And the thing is, they were all invited to be part of the family. In fact, we're invited into this story. As we're told the story, it's like the announcement comes even to us, even to you and to me, that there's a family gathering because a new baby is born. And guess what? You're part of the family. You're invited right in to meet this new baby. Guys, this is an incredible gift that God has given us. We've been talking about gifts for this last whole month. And we think about this gift that God said He loved us so much that He would give us this gift of love, that He would enter into our world as a human baby so that we might have a relationship with Him. There's this little detail in there that when the shepherds were told how they would find Him, they said they would find Him in a manger, and they said they would find Him wrapped in swaddling cloth. And swaddling cloth is not something extravagant or different. In fact, that's how all babies are, that's how all babies are kind of presented, right? Mamas wrap them up, swaddle them up. We still do this. I'm really good at a swaddle. I go tight. The tighter you go, the less they can, they don't breathe so well, and they cry just a little bit less. They feel secure. They feel secure, and you swaddle them tight. I'm a good swaddler. But swaddle baby means it was just a normal baby. Like it wasn't something way out. It was just, that's how we do babies. We swaddle them. They came because this gift was that God, who spoke the whole world into existence, wanted to come and be with them. Wanted to come and be with us. And you're invited. You're invited right into the story. You're invited right into the manger. You're invited right into the family. See, God invites you to have a relationship with Him. That's what we celebrate at Christmas.